I distinctly remember you saying we may be up to 15 minutes late depending on my commute.
Depending
That's what
on
I
your
remember.
commute. That's what I remember. But anyways, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Dragons. Take it away, Brad.
Woo! Sorry, everybody. Sitting there drinking water. A little bit warm over here. Let's see. We are playing Curse of Strahd today. I guess I should get my camera going. That might be nice. Everybody might be able to. Hey, there we go. Let's see. Last week, you guys.
You are not a fat guy in a little coat.
No, no, not right now. I could go get a little coat, but I'm not going
Oh,
to. So let me see. Last week, you guys did some shopping. I think you guys might have picked up a couple of things, maybe. I don't quite remember off the top of my head.
I grabbed some stuff.
Yeah. I remember a lot of sadness and disappointment.
yeah.
Uh,
Hoping for things that they just didn't have.
yeah. Press got a letter. I think he shared that with the group, right?
Yeah, I got a Dear John letter. It was pretty sad.
Yeah. I believe the letter said, "Find Madam Eva." Let me see here.
My friend delivered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your friend did deliver it.
That was really nice of him.
And then I believe you guys were just waiting to have your meeting with Ismark, right?
Yeah. Ismark the Lesser.
Ismark the Lesser, correct.
Yeah, we can't handle the Greater yet.
That is very much so. Let me see here. Okay. So, are you guys doing anything in between the time of you guys being at the shop and waiting for Ismark at all? Any discussions you guys want to have or anything like that? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Nope.
All right. Hearing no objection, our party is waiting for Ismark at the tavern. Let me get that pulled back out for you guys, in case you don't have it. All right. Boom. Should have popped up for you guys. Just make sure that everybody's on there. Put everybody back on there. So you guys arrive. Everybody's going, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
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 Let's get you guys on the map. All right, you guys have arrived at the Blood of the Vining Tavern. I'm assuming you're going again, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys move in, you guys move your tokens to where you want. The three people that you know as the owners of the tavern are currently sitting at the table that you see them at. They've moved from the table that they were at originally. Crust, as you come in and you look to your right, you would see Ismark sitting at the same table that you guys originally found him at.
I kicked the door open. What up, bitches? I'm joking.
Well, I was gonna say, oh! Somebody might be getting a stanky eye.
Right. I just waltz in. Kind of like I own the place. I know I don't, but why not?
As you look around the tavern and make eye contact with Ismark, he waves at you and whoever else is going inside the tavern.
I look back. Josie, your boyfriend's here.
Yeah.
As Josie walks by me, I'll whisper, "Don't put out on the first date. Make him work for it."
I'm gonna give you just the weirdest, most annoyed, look. Seriously.
I'm gonna give you the best, sexiest wink you've ever seen in your life?
Can I roll an
I mean,
insight check?
I mean, you got a lunch date with him, so I kind of figured
Not a
he was your
date. He
boyfriend.
creeps me out. He's creepy.
Roll an insight check if you'd like. What are you trying to do insight for?
Just to bother Harper.
Be insightful.
To see if I actually mean it as a sexy wink or not?
Do you
22.
mean it as a sexy wink or not?
I meant for it to be a sexy wink.
Okay. Josie, you totally interpret this as being a sexy wink.
I'm gonna wink back and blow him a kiss as I walk.
I'm gonna retch in my mouth a little bit.
Your boyfriend's not gonna like that.
He's not my boyfriend, Krusk.
But you got a date with him.
It's not a date. We're all going inside. Let me stay quiet.
We're not the only ones going inside if you don't listen to my
Ah.
advice.
As Josie walks by Philly and all you hear is this, huh?
Oh, God.
What are we giving up?
Meeting with this guy is smart.
I'll leave
Are
the
you-
seat next to him open for you.
Are you guys all going to the table?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a drink first.
Okay. I can't remember what I said drinks were. I think maybe 2 copper.
2 copper, yeah.
I think something around there.
Hey, you're the free drink guy. You got more free drinks?
So 5 copper.
Eastmark does not offer you a free drink.
Oh.
I'm going to introduce Harper. This is my friend. This is my friend Harper.
Pan, you coming, little buddy?
Hello.
Eastmark looks at you, Philly, and goes, "You have quite a few friends with you, don't you?"
Yep. We had more, but they died.
Oh. Well, that's not terribly reassuring. And then he says, "Hello to you, Harper."
Hello.
Extends his greeting to you. He asks if Josie is going to be joining or not.
Yeah, she been talking about you all morning.
Oh my God, no!
Hey, you're the one out getting drinks.
I'm getting drinks. I'm coming back. Like I hear like Cross opening his mouth, and I'm just like, you know, good turn. I'm going to the table.
I can't take this guy anywhere.
Seriously.
She said something about wanting to show you a Tiefling Tuesday. Not sure what
Oh
that
my
means.
God.
A Tiefling Tuesday. What's a Tiefling Tuesday? Do not go down that rabbit hole. That was a facetious question.
Oh
What is
my
a
God.
Tiefling Tuesday, Harper?
Oh, Jesus.
I'll
Yes,
tell
you
you
must-
when you grow up. A little
Oh.
more.
Okay.
Pan's gonna
So-
look at him very seriously and say, "He's not giving it up on the first date. You're gonna have to work for it." That's what I heard.
What?
You say that out loud at the table?
Yes, in a very childlike voice.
Eastmark is going to look around the table and say, "Well, I don't know what you're giving up, but as for work, yes.
My dignity, apparently.
You're what?
Nothing. And I'm gonna chug the whole thing.
That a girl, drink it all, drink it all.
Well, he would
I
tell you.
chugged the whole thing in like 3 seconds.
Well, you all are a very ostentatious group. And as you're all kind of like sitting there, talking and BSing for a second, he begins to tell you that he has need of your assistance with something.
Wow, no foreplay. Look at that. Just
At
diving
least
right
it
in.
isn't crabs.
Okay, what do you need?
Just growing in dry.
Well,
You could at least
consider
spit on me first, you know.
You know I was gonna say that, but let's just stop. Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
with
I'm
that,
not.
he's going to laugh and say this is exactly why he had targeted, not targeted, but I don't know what the right word is.
Selected.
You
Selected?
targeted the pretty. You targeted the pretty one. It's okay. It's okay. You can say
Selected
it.
your group. When he would tell you that when he first saw you guys, you came in looking banged up, like you had just, had quite the day, kind of thing. But we're still quite approachable, still quite talkative, and what he would be considered to be friendly, I guess. And he would explain that's why he's asking
You want more?
for your help. And that's why he asked for you guys to come. And he would explain that he would have asked the night prior. However, I believe one of y'all, and this is an above table thing, I believe one of y'all said that the full party wasn't there.
Oh yeah, that
Which
was
is
me. I had missed my morning constitutional and was having some backup issues. I'm sure you could understand.
Can't say that he would deny that. But he's looking for a ragtag group of adventurers who. Sorry, a ragtag group of adventurers who might be able to help him and his sister out. Which is why he's asked you to come.
I mean, I don't know about helping you out, but depending on how hot your sister is, I might be able to help her out.
Well, he is going to
Correct.
ask, how much do you know of Strahd?
Kreska's gonna look himself over, like, down at his legs and his arms, and gonna look at Bismarck and go, "These aren't rags, and I ain't got no tags on them either. What are you talking about?"
Kind of shakes his head. He looks
I'm
at the
gonna
rest
pat
of the
Krusk and go, he was talking to me, I've got the rags.
Oh, okay.
He looks at the group and
Do I recall anything about Strahd?
Well, he was just going to ask the question of one, if you guys know what is going on with this area, and two, if you've ever heard of Strahd. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head if you guys know who Strahd is or not. In regards to the histories of your travels, I'm not even going to make you roll. You guys would have never heard of him during your travels, per se.
Wait a minute. There's a slim chance for me, isn't there?
You know what? Fuck it. Roll a history check then. I won't lie. It's
I
going
was
to be a
gonna
high
say,
D. It's going to be a high DC.
yeah.
But
I mean,
fuck
it with my background.
thank you. Your dice are dark as fuck, and I can't see them.
But the number pops up right there, 13.
You would recall not Strahd's name in particular,
Okay.
but you would recall hearing stories of powerful. Well, we'll go with creatures per se.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm getting at in regards to that, but
Yeah.
you've never heard the name itself, or you've never heard Strahd itself.
Okay.
We didn't know
Well,
shit.
we'll see.
I'm
Let's
trying.
let's see. So who is Strahd then? I don't know.
So he would tell you guys that that Strahd is the. Let me make sure I'm giving you the right name. So he would tell you that Strahd is the ruler of the land that you are currently in Barovia. And as he kind of talks, he goes from. Do you guys remember how I was telling you he was kind of like friendly? He had that friendly facade on the night before, like when he was talking to you guys, Katie and Pam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would notice that he doesn't have that friendly facade on anymore. He kind of has like a disgusted, kind of angry look when he starts to talk about Strahd. And he would
Josie, there's a
say,
seat open over here. You can sit down.
I just assumed she was sitting at the table for three
Looks like
sake.
she's just standing there next to Pan to me.
She's standing there. She's standing there. But yeah, he would relay to you guys that Strahd is the ruler of the land, and that the people here only are allowed to come and go only if he allows it. Basically. So his next question.
So he
to
likes
you
us.
Well, his next question to you guys would be, well, with that comment, he would respond of, like is a relative term, per se. But he would ask,
Well, I mean,
if you guys.
you did say he controls who comes and goes, and he let us come here, so I assumed he liked us.
Who he would respond with saying, "Who knows what Strahd's will is and why he does what he does." But he would tell you that he's heard rumors, or he would ask if you guys are familiar with the mists of the area at all. Hearing no response, he would explain that there's rumors that have been floating around that the mists were Strahd's creation, and is how he controls who comes and goes, but would kind of brush it off as being just a rumor kind of thing. But the biggest thing that he would talk about is that for some unknown reason, Strahd is attracted to his sister. And he would, let's see here. Yeah, that's what he would give, or so sorry, he's attracted to his sister, and that Ismark believes that Strahd desires his sister above all others in these lands, for an unknown reason.
She isn't over there, is she? As I kind of tilt my head towards the owners of the bar.
He says no. Irina is not here.
Okay.
It's not safe for her to travel outside of the home anymore. In Strahd's lands. But that brings him to the point of his request to you is, seeing as how you guys managed to survive whatever it was that you survived, he would believe that you just might have the gumption to be able to help him get his sister out of Barovia.
Well, we came here looking for work. You're offering us work. The only real question I have is, what does the job pay?
I'm gonna say this above table because Crest wouldn't know this, but wasn't the original job was to come escort somebody?
I can't
I
access
believe.
the letter anymore, so I don't know.
Why can't you access the letter anymore?
It says that the module's not loaded, but there's no module for me to load.
Unusual. Stand by.
It's the Curse of Strahd module, obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up my modules real quick. I wonder if for some reason with the update.
No,
But
it
as
was,
as
it
I'm
was
looking
to
at
cure the Wagoneer's wife, or something like that. It was to cure their wife because their wife was sick.
Well, no, when we first set out from that first bar, I remember somebody asking us to come because their sister was in peril and needed to be escorted out of wherever, and they were
Brad,
going to pay handsomely.
It was Kolian Indirovich's letter. If you can find that and share it easier.
yeah, I'm looking right now. So this I will share it with you guys. I don't know if you can see it. Is the letter?
Yeah,
If I could fucking read that, holy shit!
Hail
it's
to
cursive.
thee,
Don't tell me you
mighty-
can't read cursive.
I can read cursive. It's just like it looks squiggled together. I need glasses.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, the love of my life, whatever, has been afflicted by an evil too deadly that even the good people of our village can't protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace.
Oh, there is
Yeah,
much wealth in this community, which means the community should have plenty of wealth to share, regardless of who's paying us.
Yeah, so his wife
Make
was
with
sick.
the coin, good sir.
Yeah, we've seen what you charge in this village.
So that's the letter I believe that you have, Harper. I don't know why it's not working for you. So you would know that Irina Koliana is the name. Irina, at least, is the name that he mentioned, and you would recall that from the letter. Do with that.
Yeah, I would. I mean, my previous statement still standing. Point out that we're also supposed to be meeting this person for said job. But really, as mercenaries, we can pick and choose. We haven't promised him we were going to do that job on the letter yet. And this job's right here. So if he's willing to pay and he's in front of us, first come, first serve.
So I guess, as your DM, I'm a little confused. I know you're talking about the guy that you first met in the tavern, the finely dressed guy.
Yeah.
Which is not. You would know that it's not Ismark.
Yeah.
Is not the guy that you.
But we didn't promise him we were going to do the job. He gave us the letter and said, "We'll see you if you show up." So
Correct.
it's not like he's waiting for us right now. Whereas this guy, Ismark, is sitting right in front of us, waiting for an answer. And if he's got coin and is willing to pay, which is the whole point why we're here, is to make money, we should be following the money.
Fair. Let me ask you this: do you share that letter with him at all? And also, a
I-
follow-up question.
I thought this was all above table, so just clarifying a point between my fellow players.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's fine. Why don't you guys clarify that real quick above table?
Didn't we
Yeah.
find the name on that letter? Didn't we find his body?
We found a body when we came into town.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I
don't
thought it
think
had
anybody.
a note on it.
No, that wasn't him. That was somebody else.
Pan, roll a
And-
history check.
It did have a note on it, and I think the dwarf took it.
Do me a favor. Could you roll that for me with a +5 to it?
With a 20, you would recall that there was a letter that Ash had found. Now, I'm going to ask for a bit of honesty from everybody here because I cannot remember because it was so many episodes ago. Did Ash ever share
Yes.
that letter?
Negative.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
she did after I told Fillion to try and steal it, and Fillion got caught, and then Ash flipped out and was like, I was going to show it anyways, and then eventually he did show it.
Yeah.
Mm.
He did.
Ah.
Reluctantly.
2 seconds. Let me pull up that other letter so I can give you the full information on that. But if I remember the letter correctly, it would basically tell you that that first letter that you got was false, and that I'm going to leave it at that for a second, because I know for a fact that is true. Let me just make sure I'm giving you the full information of what you're supposed to know. Because I do remember that it gives you more information on
Yeah, because it was a letter from the same person.
I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, signed by the same person, I remember.
Unless somebody happens to have copious notes.
No,
Yeah, I'm not the note
not for something that was in somebody else's.
Okay, here we go.
No, but I just found my notes
Yeah.
where I had the Coilin letter copied.
Okay. So do you
Oh,
have the one
Yep,
that's
yep. I got it. I got it.
AOV of might and valor?
Yep. I, the Burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire for over 400 years. Yada yada yada. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Basically telling us to stay away and keep everybody in. Signed by the same guy. So we've gotten 2 letters from the same person, one saying come help and one saying stay out. For the same reason, because his daughter got bit. So fuck that job in its entirety. Let's do this
Okay.
Ismark job.
Well, like I said, Kruth wasn't part of the group when you guys got the letters. Or what the game plan was. But I just wanted to. Figured one of you guys would have remembered all that. That's why I'm saying something.
I actually surprisingly took really good notes. But
So my only question
Okay.
is, as this conversation continues, is again I'll ask: do you show him the letter?
no.
Do you mention the letter to him?
No. And actually, we are incapable of showing him the letter because Vane's held onto it, and we never got his body back.
Not that one. You did search his body, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Pan did.
we didn't take the letter. At least I didn't.
I took everything of value.
And
Including his mouth.
Ash had the second letter when he ran off. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention the letter or anything. I mean, this has all been an above the table conversation. So the last thing said in game was, "How much are you paying?"
Yeah.
So Ismark would tell you that in this town they don't have much.
Okay.
And they're kind of at the mercy of Strahd, kind of thing. However, there have been rumors that the burgomasters uh, in the other towns, specifically the town of Valaki, which is where he is requesting that you take Irina, is much more wealthy than he is. And by helping him with the arena, you in turn would be helping the people of the area with Strahd, and therefore would be most likely be entitled to the tidings per se towards Strahd.
I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but we need some semblance of a guarantee of payment to even continue this conversation.
He looks at you and says, "Have you looked around the town? I have nothing that I can offer you other than that I can travel with you along your way and assist you in whatever matters you might have. But in regards to payment, I mean, you're talking about a town that is boarded up, racked up. It's very obvious they don't have a whole lot of money here. So,
Give us a moment, and I'm gonna like turn around and group huddle with everybody else.
okay.
What do you guys think?
Should we ask him about Madame Evie?
I was going to, but
But one
I
thing
was-
at a
well,
time. One thing
yeah.
at a time. He's offering us work with possibility of payment. He said he'll come with. He just needs extra muscle, basically. But what do you guys think? You down for it or no?
I'm down for it. We need money.
I
We
think
have money opportunity right now. So,
I think
I'm
we should
sh-
talk to Madame Evie first. My friend was pretty insistent on it.
Maybe we can knock that out this afternoon and meet him tonight. I mean, if the time, let's focus on this. Yay or nay? Timing aside.
Um, Mr. Lesser,
Yes, my little friend.
you never did answer my friend Harper's question. Is your sister hot? Apparently that's important.
He looks at you like, I don't. He doesn't know how to respond to that.
Well, I mean, we were, going over the whole maybe we'll get paid at the end of it. Maybe the option to court your sister's on the table.
That would be up to her, not him.
Pretty
I'm
progressive place.
I'm sure you could persuade her to be generous to the ones who escorted her to safety.
He's gonna laugh at you. He's saying, "You have not met Elena yet."
you know, you know, uh, uh, there's this one chick in the village that they always try to betrothed to somebody, they made sure that they never saw her first because they ran away after they seen her.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean,
He would
Wait
be
a
stop you
careful,
right
minute.
dude.
there,
You
like put
weren't
his hand
ask
up,
Be careful, dude.
and stop
you
you there,
weren't asking if she had a fever?
and he would look at I think it was Harper that asked the question of courting.
He
Um,
did.
and he would look at Harper and say, "If that is what you desire, then you must face Strahd, as he has an infatuation with her, which is why we need to get her out of here."
Hmm. A
Stop.
bitch with baggage. I do not say that out
Oh
loud.
my god.
I was gonna say,
Lord.
you say that out loud right
You
now?
gonna say that
No,
out loud?
I'm not stupid.
Lester, I have a question for you.
Who's
Yeah.
Lester?
Lester.
Ah, lesser. Gotcha.
Yes.
Lester, let me stay quiet. I was gonna ask, is, what are I guess, the danger? What is the downside of what we're going to do? From 1 to 10, how much are we risking here and try to get her out? I feel like she's in a crystal castle and we have to go protect her against the evil dragons. So from 1 to 10, what is the end, like, how bad can we die?
Above table, do we need to be level 20? That's what I'm
He
hearing
would,
there.
he would say, go mention the name Strahd to someone else, and you will have your answer.
So they ask us, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm gonna
What do
look
you mean?
over at the or the owners of the place. Excuse me, ladies, who's Strahd?
You beat me to it.
No.
Harper was about to slam his hands down and just yell Strahd. Let's see what happened.
They would tell you that Strahd is the what is the proper word? The not owner, but the ruler of the land. The um,
Okay.
I'm looking up exactly what they know.
The Baron?
Uh,
Baron everything?
so they would tell you that he is the highest of the royal bloodline in this area or in these lands.
Mm-hmm.
That they believe, based on their history or their word that has been passed down, they believe that he died centuries ago. Um, but that he's
Okay.
continuing on as one of the undead, and that he feasts on the blood of the living, and that most people will refer to him as the Devil Strahd. Um,
Hey guys, I think I figured out what vampire bit that girl in the note.
Yeah.
let me see here. They would also tell you that he lives in his castle, the giant castle that can't be missed, and that he calls it Ravenloft after his mother, Queen Revenovia. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Um, but they would also tell you that strangers aren't welcome there either. So to answer your question, that is who Strahd is.
Hey, Pan, ask him if he knows that lady you looking for.
Mr. Lesser, do you know Madam Evie?
He does not recall that name.
Oh.
Didn't you have a location on where to look for?
Name of a place and
Yeah,
a
like
town.
outside of town.
Um,
So
I
what
think he
about
was
this?
looking that information up.
Yeah.
she is located at the Tesser Pool encampment. For the lack of a better name.
Okay.
So Ismark, do you know where the Tesser Pool encampment is?
He will reach in one of his pockets and pull out a rolled up piece of paper. He unrolls it on the table, and I will reshare it. You will notice it as being this map. And the Tesser Pool is,
Just west of town.
yep,
The village.
for those of you that don't see it, it's right here.
Hey, while you got this map out, where do you want us to take your sister to?
He wants you to take, and I'll add little points of interest to this here in a little bit, since he's showing you stuff. But he wants you to take her here.
Bigger question, I think, is a little more important. Where is she?
Well, she is at the.
We
At
know where
their
you
home.
want it. It's where?
Is where she's at. She doesn't. So again, he would. I don't know if you heard the conversation earlier, or he would basically say that to you. As I don't know if you've heard the conversation earlier, but that he had explained that Irina can't leave the house safely.
The
anymore.
house here in Barovia.
Here in Perovia, yes, correct.
Oh, okay. That's the part I missed. Was the house was here in Barovia.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, on the Barovia map here, the world map, this is Ravenloft, yeah?
You don't know.
Well, he
Okay.
said it was the castle you can't miss.
Yeah.
Well, but you guys didn't walk outside and look. Are you asking Ismark if that's where it's at?
Sure. Ismark, is this Ravenloft right here?
Yes, that is Ravenloft.
Okay. I'm gonna look to the group and be like, well, the Tesser Pool's on the way that he wants to go. If he agrees to stop and help us find Madame Ava along the way, I don't see why not. Knock two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something to kill along the way.
If we get lucky, sure.
Anybody opposed to the idea? Alright, Ismark, sounds like you got yourself a party of adventurers to help escort your city, but we're stopping at the Tsar encampment along the way to try and locate this other person. And you have to do everything you can when we arrive to help secure a payment for us.
He agrees to helping you try to secure every bit of payment that he can once you get to Balaki. However, he is very adamant that you should go straight to Balaki.
Well, we are.
Right.
But we're going to have to stop to sleep somewhere, and Tasir is on the way. So we're just going to plan to stop there, and if we don't find her that evening, we continue. If we do find her, we might get delayed an hour to get information, and then we'll be on our way anyways.
I mean,
One
I
second, I'm looking at something.
with Krusk looking at that map, Krusk's gonna go. It's on the way. Like we're not asking you to go miles out. It's just
And actually, it looks like it's a shorter way.
yeah.
Plus a pit stop. You know, if
Hmm.
we need to resupply or get some different equipment for the journey, it's actually smarter and safer to go through to Ser.
And it's a pool, so there's water.
Injong.
Okay.
Injong.
He will reluctantly agree.
When do we leave?
What time is it right now?
Um,
1-ish? Well, 2-ish?
Noonish, lunch.
well, you
date.
guys started the conversation about noon. Um, Based on the conversations and everything that you've had, I would say you have been there probably an hour or two. So you're looking at probably mid-afternoon, 2, 3 ish.
Okay. I'm well rested, so I'm ready to go now if everybody else is.
Here, here.
Okay.
As soon as Ismar's ready.
Where do you guys want to go? You want to go pick up Irina? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go get her. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay. So you guys are currently where the sea is. Here. Damn it, I clicked that wrong one again. So right there is where you guys are at currently. Easemark will take you to down here, just south.
As we leave the bar, I'm gonna say bye, Eric. Bye, ladies.
Completely ignores you, and they all just kind of look at you and
Look at
back
you.
to what they were doing at the table. Give me 1 second. Let me pick my food out of here real quick. Hold on.
That looks fun.
Philly, and you doing all right, bud? You've been awful quiet this afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. Let me get that out of here. So he takes you down to that house that I pointed to at the end of the road, just south of where you were at. And as you come up, he would explain that this is the burgomaster's home, and that his father is the burgomaster, and that he kind of lives in the shadow of his father, which is why he is known as Easemark the Lesser.
Um,
Um,
why isn't your dad, if he has all the power, why isn't he taking your sister out of town?
Hold on 1 second. Let me find the answers for that.
I mean, if I had a dad, this is the sort of thing I would turn to him for.
He would explain to you that if he was still alive, he would. But that he is no longer around. And thus is not able to complete that task. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up a map here for you guys, because I do have a map for you. And then I will give you some descriptions. I promise
that-
I will.
Their house.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, give me a second. So you
Pan
guys.
is,
Oh,
Pan's gonna pat him on the shoulder and go, "Yeah, I lost my dad too."
I got a question for you.
What?
I got a question for you.
Okay.
How are you patting him on the shoulder?
Okay, well, I'm patting him on the upper thigh then.
Hey, you knew it was coming.
You giving him a suggestive wink too? Hey.
You guys
He
be
kind of like
sick.
pats you on the head, Pan, and says that he's sorry to hear about your father. Um,
Remember, to him, that's not Pan. That's a
Ooh.
little boom boom.
Oh, that's right. You did not introduce yourself as Pan. You introduced yourself as Little Boom Boom.
I introduced him as little boom boom. That's right.
I forgot about that. So yeah, he would say he is sorry to hear about your father, Little Boom Boom. But you guys arrive at the house. Going to put you all on the map. After I put you on the map, what I would like you guys to do is to put yourselves in whatever marching order you're in. I'm assuming you're all kind of just like that by the door.
Gotta share it.
Yeah,
That
which
is.
map are we on? Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
That map, sucker.
Well, I mean,
I'll go first.
Ismark is leading the group, so I would assume he'd be first. I'm gonna be right behind him.
Okay.
I'll go behind Cross.
Are you walking single file? Are you walking side by side?
I mean,
Where
if
would-
it's wide enough for side by side, for sure. But if it's not, right
Oh yeah.
behind him.
So I don't know if you guys can see it, and I'll kind of move it. It's just, I guess, let me give you a the description. So as you approach, a weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen.
I mean, I guess we're here.
Um, so yeah, so that's the description of what you guys see as you come up. Whoever would like to roll a perception check as you approach the house.
Is this hearing or smell related?
No, it is sight related.
All right, dirty 20 anyways. God damn. 20, 20,
Yeah.
20. 9.
20 racks, huh? Nice. So everybody, oh, there it is. Everybody but Pan would notice that amongst the trampled weeds around the mansion, as you approach, are scores of wolf paw prints, and along with human prints. But you can't quite make out what makes the human footprints. You just recognize them as being human footprints.
Can I stick my nose up in the air and just give it a good see if I pick up the scent of any animals or anything nearby?
You sure can.
15.
With a 15, you stick your nose up in the air and you just take that big old Scarface hit of the air. And you smell on the wind various different well, yeah, no kidding. Various different animals. But the two that predominantly stand out to you in particular are wolves and bats.
Got a lot of wolves in the area there, is Mark?
Well, I flip through all these damn screens now because you ask all these damn questions.
Oh, excuse me for engaging in the story, Mr. DM. If you don't want me to ask questions, you shouldn't give me the details to poke at.
I'm just giving you shit. He would tell you that listen here. He knows everything that the villagers know. Let me make sure I'm giving you the correct information. You know, they would really make these modules so much faster if they like just put like basic information all in the same spot.
Like a spreadsheet of each individual NPC and what they know and what they have, and
Yeah, that would be super nice.
I'm sure you could go on Google and find one. Well, probably Reddit. But...
Probably, because with this module, I have to switch between chapters, which is why I give you guys so much shit, because I'm like, damn it.
There isn't a link on the NPC sheet.
No, because he's looking at a book.
Let me see if Eastmark happens to have one on his NPC sheet.
Yeah, I remember when I was flipping through some of the module stuff. Some of the NPCs that I dropped on the combat tracker, I could just click on the shield and it would pop up their page and it would have information on it.
Yeah, I'm
Some
looking at it. It's
information.
not giving me what I need to know.
Oh, okay.
But for the time being, what was your question that you asked?
Lots of wolves in the area, huh?
So he would tell you that yes, there is a lot of wolves, dire wolves, and even werewolves that prowl the woods. And that hungry bats often will fill the sky at night.
But you say bats?
Yes.
Uh.
The things with wings, and he kind of makes.
Yeah. Let's go inside. Let's go inside.
Are you afraid of pets?
Let's just go inside, please.
You're afraid of bats.
He knocks on the door. There's
What
no
are you
response at
doing?
first.
I thought you lived here.
You have to
Can we
knock
just
to
go
go
in?
into your own house? That's kind of weird, bud.
Did you
Maybe
not
it's
look
in
at the
case
house?
his sister's in the shower.
If she's in the shower is not as soon as we open the door. I hope not.
Okay, you see the size of this house, Pan, okay? Like, why... One,
don't
what is a
care.
shower? One, what's a shower? And two,
So-
why would it be in the entryway?
While they're arguing, Crest is gonna walk up and like try and open the door. Like, come on, dude, in the house. What are we standing here for?
You try to open the door, and the door does not budge.
What's going? What? Where's the
He
key?
takes a step back and looks at Harper and says, "Would you care to try to open the door?"
Insight check. I want to see if he's being sincere or if he's trying to lure me into a trap. Natty 1.
As
He's
far as
trying
you
to
can tell,
seduce you.
you can't tell shit.
Crest,
I'm
He's
up.
telling you.
I have all confidence in that man, and I go and try to open the door.
Kreska's gonna try and bust down the door. I ain't even waiting.
You push on the
Someone just
door,
open the
and
door, just the knob thingy, and open the damn door.
nothing
Let's let
happens.
Brad talk. I push and pull because I'm not a jackass.
Nothing happens.
All right, Crossgull, you, and I'll step to the side.
You run and hit this door like a linebacker and hit it and fall down.
What's going on here, dude? This
No,
is
Crest,
your house. Why can't we get in? We need to be in.
you gotta lean into it on contact, not springboard
And
off of
just
it.
as you say that, no, there's no lock for you to pick.
I'm gonna try to lean in the door and use all my pressure to try to come inside the door.
Gonna come inside the door, huh?
Shut up.
Trusk, so Josie, you're leaning on it, you're pushing on this door, and it's not budging. You can tell that something is barring the door. Krusk, even with a 19, like you come up and you hit it, and it's a very solid hit. You can feel it budge, but it is extremely like heavily barred.
Is there a window?
Is this the window? I was gonna ask.
All the windows have been barred up, but yes, or boarded up, I should say. But yes, there is a window.
I'm gonna sit down on the stoop.
I'm taking out my great axe.
Ismark is going to stop you as soon as he sees the great axe and say, "What are you doing?"
I'm gonna open the door. If you're not gonna open the door, we're going inside.
I'm knocking on the door so that the door can be opened. Patience is a virtue, my friend.
Not for me.
Just as you do that, you hear a female voice call from inside, and you hear her yell, "Go away."
No.
I'm gonna try to bang on the window. We're not leaving. Open this door right now. And I'm banging on the window.
Ismark, as you guys are all doing this, just steps back for a minute and is watching everything that is going on currently. And you hear the female voice from inside very adamantly tell you to go away. And that she does not accept those who are in allegiance with Strahd.
We're here with your brother.
We're here with your brother. We're here to rescue you.
Her response is, "If you were here with my brother, then why are you trying to break down the door?"
We have no manners.
Cause
But we're with your brother.
there's bats out here, damn it.
That is something a Strahd follower would say.
I'm gonna
That there's bats out here?
I'm gonna step next to the Ismark and elbow him. Dude, if you don't speak up and get us in the house.
The bat's gonna take you away.
He's going to look at you guys and say, "Are you ready for me to open the door, or do you want to keep trying to break down my door?"
I'm gonna look at him like, oh, yeah, you can open the door.
Let me see. I forget. What do you usually roll for intimidation? Or is that just a single roll? I always forget.
Wisdom.
We don't use it too much.
So, like against an like the opposite of it is either persuasion or deception, depending on what that character is doing.
What he's rolling
Against.
Christ is trying to intimidate him.
Wisdom saving throw.
He's going to look at Krusk and say, "All you had to do was ask nicely." and he's gonna yell at Elena and say, "Elena, it's me. Open the door." Elena is going to respond from inside. Oh yeah, that's what Strahd said last time when I opened up the door and I ended up getting bit.
Oh.
Ismark is going to respond with a look here, you cow. Open the door and let these people in.
Anybody else notice they just went from like a Russian Ukrainian accent to an Italian one? Was that
Fuck
just
you,
me?
I'm not good at accents, so deleted.
Crest is going to be looking up into the sky and getting a little paranoid,
No.
Make a
agitated.
perception check.
Alright.
Here.
There.
Stop it.
You see no bats in the sky. In fact, you see no
Okay.
movement. But with that being said, you'll hear a bunch of stuff getting moved from the door, and a few moments later, the door will swing open, and you will see Irina.
Kresk is going to like rush the door and push Harper in as he goes.
Harper, what's
Let's
the
go.
perception for?
Is she thick?
Oh my god.
You got the fucking photo. Use your imagination.
I don't know. I was dropping it as the photo went up.
Krusk, you're trying to push into the house, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make. I believe would be like a shove, right?
Yeah.
That should be strength versus athletics, right?
Depends if Harper's
Yep.
gonna stop it. And
Well,
I am
you've got
coming from
Harper
his
standing
backside.
there.
I'm
So
sitting
that-
on the doorstep off to the side. I'm not in your way. She is.
Yes,
But
that's
a shove is
Oh.
just like a grapple. It's his strength versus her athletics or acrobatics.
Gotcha. So are you trying to push past her? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, from my point of view of the map, it looks like Harper's
Here.
right on the edge of the door,
Yeah,
Like,
off to
no,
the side of it.
right in front of me, between me and the door frame. So I was going to shove Harper
got you.
through the door.
Give me a second. I will do this. Maybe. Maybe not, because it'll work. I'll put her up. And I will put her on the map so that maybe that'll make a little bit better sense. So she's standing right there in the doorway.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, I am give you an idea of where the way I'm looking at going here. I don't care. I want to go in.
I mean, if you're trying to push past her, go ahead. I'm going to approve it for the moment, but
Alright.
go ahead and make your strength check as you go.
13.
You like immediately go to push in this door, and she just like checks you straight into the door frame, kind of thing. Because like she just opened it and you're coming in, so now you're pushed up against this door frame here.
Lady, there are bats out here. We need to be in here. We can talk all you want inside. Inside.
She
There's bats out here. Bats.
like has you pinned up, and she looks at her brother and she says, "What kind of creature is this? Tries to barge into my home."
He's a big one.
I stand up.
Okay. She
Hey.
heard you, but she's ignoring you, Cross.
Can I, yeah. So she's got me pinned. Can I try and get out of the pin?
Yeah. If you want, that should be either if I remember right, athletics or acrobatics, whichever one you want to make.
21.
Oh. I'm sorry. So you got a 21.
Yeah.
Well, for shits and giggles, let's see what she gets and let's see if it works. I'm willing to bet that you probably break out of this, but you absolutely break out of it and push into the house. So go wherever you want.
Just inside. Just inside.
And as you push past, she's going to take a step back and she's just going to say, "No, no, please come on in. I guess everybody just come in."
Thank you for your hospitality.
I'm gonna turn and face the door. Come on, let's go, guys. Inside. Inside.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Brad to get back.
I can hear you. I'm sorry. My dog is acting up right now. But I can hear you.
So I'm gonna casually walk in and I'll stop in front of her and do like the slight bow, hand kiss. Milady, your escort has arrived. Trying to be charming.
You do the bow and like go to grab her hand, and she just yanks her hands right back.
I'll play it off super cool and just stick with the bow.
All right.
And then clear the doorway.
Okay. So, as you enter the mansion, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, more so than what you guys normally see or have seen, rather. Yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin, surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay. So he is
That
currently
smells familiar.
over here.
The door open to that room? Is there a door?
Yes, no, that's just open.
Okay. I recognize that smell.
Ismark will come in and he'll have a conversation with his sister. Basically, tell his sister that he has asked for your guys' help in escorting her to Vallaki.
Come on, little ones, get in here.
You have agreed. Just so you guys are aware, I'm completely assuming with where your tokens are on the map is where you're at. But for those of you who are outside, go ahead and make a. Actually, it's not time yet for that, so never mind. But yeah, so he starts having a conversation with her, explaining that you guys have agreed to help escort her to Vallaki, and that they're here to help. Have at it. If you guys have any questions, any interactions, your first impression of Edina right now is that although she's accepted you into the house, she is still a bit standoff to you. Seeing as one, this huge giant half orc just pushed through the door. And there's a tiefling standing outside the window, knocking on the window, asking to come in. yeah, I whatever. This is on you guys at the moment.
How long till we leave, bud? Waiting on you at this point.
Who are you saying that to?
Ismar.
So Ismark is going to tell you that that is up to Irina. And Irina is going to basically say that she is not willing to leave until her. Yes, she's not willing to leave while the burgomaster is lying dead on the floor.
Okay. What would you wish for us to do with him?
I can put him on a table or a chair.
Irina would say that she would agree to go to Valaki if you guys were to help her and her brother deliver her father's body, safely to Donovich, who she would identify as being a local priest. But aside from that, she says that she won't go. She says that nobody in the village has been brave enough to help them with the burgomaster, Coleon, and that he deserves a proper burial, as he only died 3 days ago. Three
Oh
nights.
no.
Walk over and check the casket for weight.
I'm gonna get close to her and just tell her, like, just tap her shoulder and say, I'm sorry for your loss.
She will thank you. Let me see here. What is your perception for the weight?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can lift this thing by myself.
So just looking at it, you would tell that it looks kind of heavy.
Well, I'm doing the reach down, grab a corner, kind of pull up on it a little bit. You know, trying to gauge weight here.
Okay. Let me take a look. See what you can do. Boo.
My max is 270 if that helps. Lift, push, drag at 540.
So that's my question: is if lift is 540, then why is your maximum weight only 270?
So if 540 lifting is if I'm like trying to pick something just straight up like a deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
Maximum is for when I'm actually moving. If I go over my maximum when I'm moving, it's going to slow me down.
Gotcha. So you would lift it up, and you would tell that if it was just you lifting up this casket, that you yourself would definitely be slowed down.
All right. I'm going to turn around, face the group, and say, I need help. Otherwise, it's going to take us forever.
I'm gonna
Pull
go
out
and
my
help
bag
him.
of holding.
So I think I heard two voices there. I heard Pam,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden I see like fucking
Everybody's coming in.
12 movements across the screen. All right, so who is helping Krusk?
Josie.
Josie is helping Krusk. Harper, are you helping Krusk?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
And
gonna be
then-
a nice guy now.
I think I heard Pan offer his bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Can
it
we
would be
get this-
funnier for the four of us to carry the casket through the streets of the town with Pan dangling off the back corner. because he's significantly shorter than the other three of us.
I was just gonna ask, Pan, are you trying to help?
Yes.
Fillion,
Me-
we haven't heard from you in a hot minute.
Just sitting outside.
Just chilling.
Also, I don't feel very well tonight, so I'm just kinda
Oh, I gotcha.
chilling outside.
Picking up what you're putting down. All right.
Well, I say we put Harper on one corner, and I'll take Kenny corner. Essentially, the way we are now, just slip Harper down a little bit, and then let Josie fill in that corner,
Okay.
and that's the four of us, four corners of the casket.
Okay. Ismark will actually come over and tap you out, a little boom boom, and say that he'll help, so that you're not hanging off the side of it, kicking your little legs trying to go. And he'll ask if you'll walk with Irina while they do this.
I will protect her.
Everybody, so when you guys got here, it was like midday with your conversations, the interactions, and everything. You're probably about, I'm going to say, sunset after everything is discussed, or just before sunset as everything is discussed.
Well, I mean, if we're just taking this across town, I'd say we get this done. That way, whether we crash here for the night, so it's out of the way, and we can just move on when it's time to move on.
No, it's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do. If you want to do this immediately, that's fine.
Sounds
Whatever
like
you
a
guys
plan to
want to
me.
do.
Let's get it
Okay.
done.
Everybody make a perception check at disadvantage except for Fillion. Fillion, you can make yours normal, and Harper, because I think you have a hearing thing, right?
I have advantage on hearing or smell checks.
Okay, do yours regular then. I think that 19 was yours for, yeah, that's what it was. Kresk, Fillion, and Pan, you would all hear a wolf howl in the distance.
He's the puppy.
Another one of your friends there, Boom Boom?
I hope so.
But okay, so you guys have this I'll even put it in the party sheet for you just because I have it.
Hearing
Casket?
Pan say, ooh, a puppy, I'd look at Ismark again and be like, got a bit of a puppy thing going on?
We don't king shame around here. That's above table. That's
Never
above table.
never did answer my question about all those wolves that are around the area either.
He did answer your question. He said that he said there's wolves,
Oh, that's
dire
right,
wolves,
yeah.
and werewolves. So
There was a lot going on in that 2 minutes of time. So.
Right, yeah, because that's when he mentioned bats, and that's when our big
And
toothy
then-
friend freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to the other side of town.
okie doke.
Pan, Irina, if you wouldn't mind leading the way.
So what is your guys' marching order? Is it going to be Pan, Irina in the front? Fillion, are you going to go with them in the front?
Yeah. No, I'll be in the back.
Okay. So I'm assuming it'll be Pan and Irina in the front, or Irina in the front, and then the four of you carrying the casket, and Pavilion, bringing up the rear. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
All right.
Bring out
If
your
you
dad.
if you move Pan up there to Irina and
I sure can.
flip Ismark down below me and Josie right to my left above Harper in that corner, that's our marching order.
All right.
Damn,
I do
Josie, you
have
been
my
doing
gun out.
squats lately, or what's up?
Something like that, thank you.
All right. So you guys are going, or they would lead you to.
Yeah.
I at some point would look at Josie and go, I've heard of going to weddings on a first date, but going to a burial, that's a little odd.
You never know. There's always a first time for everything.
Just realized I was muted. Okay, so they would lead you to, if you're on this map, they would lead you to here. And
Okay.
again, I'll start adding some markers to all these things when I have a chance. Um, actually, this one appears to. Boom.
I get something that says church, but there's nothing
Oh.
there.
Looks like an
Uh,
empty manual page.
It is. It's just a tag um, for you guys. I
Oh,
have
okay.
little tags up here so you guys know where each of the things are at and what you guys are doing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they lead you to the church. It takes you probably 20 minutes to walk with all the weight and everything. And as you're doing this, like the sun's starting to get lower in the sky. It's not completely dark yet, but it's like that. I call it golden hour kind
Yeah.
of thing. If you guys are familiar with that as you're going, and you will notice that whatever houses that appeared to be open get shuttered as you're walking by, or barred up and stuff like that as you're walking by.
Okay.
These people must not
Any
like him.
conversations that you guys want to have? Any questions or anything while you were traveling?
I mean, if I'm noticed people shutting shutters, I'd be like, I don't think these people liked him very much. They ain't even coming out and saying goodbye.
Ismark, I believe, who is standing behind you,
Hmm.
would respond with that as you probably know yourselves, the village of Barovia is not a very safe place. Let alone the lands of Barovia are not a safe place. Um, and that the lands are filled with things that can harm or kill you. Um, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you see a guy, well, a person, dead person, being taken to the church. Normally, you'd at least, pay some respects.
They're
Uh,
scared of bats too.
what was that?
Okay, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. We're here.
All right. I think I have a map for you guys. So give me 1 second. During my time out on medical leave, I went through and made a bunch of maps. Found a bunch of maps for you guys on all kinds of stuff. So I just need to make sure that I'm giving you the correct map. Haha! Here we go. Boom. And I will put your guys' tokens.
Damn, it got dark quick.
Yeah, it did.
Well,
It just hasn't loaded yet. Give it a second. Unless
Yeah,
your
it's-
settings
it's
are
a-
messed up on it.
settings shouldn't be messed up. I'm putting
There we
people on
go.
the map now.
You can only see what you can see, and we're not on the map yet. One of those deals.
True.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to keep you guys in order here. For the sake of argument, I'm going to put you behind Harper. I figure you're probably sticking closer to Harper than he's Mark.
Yeah.
All right. So you have gotten to the church, and okay. So as you arrive to the church, you see atop a slight. So this is what you see: atop a slight rise against the roots of a pillar, against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft. Wow, that sentence sounds really horrible. Stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. So that's what you guys see as you come up. Irina is going to go and knock on the door. Pan, are you going with her?
Yes, I told her brother I would protect her.
Okay. So Pan will be right next to her. Pan, as you come up to the door and she's knocking on the door, for the sake of argument, I'm going to put you guys in the squares. You notice that the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Somebody really doesn't like this church.
Let me go on here.
Is
So
it
she's
that
going.
vampire that keeps biting you, ma'am?
Sorry, you sound really far away to me, at least. I heard something about a vampire biting someone.
Yeah, or said somebody really doesn't like this church. Do you think it's that vampire that keeps biting you?
She looks at you and goes, "Little one, there are many things in this area that can make these marks. Wolves, dire wolves, werewolves, vampires very well could too, but I don't think this is the Devil Strahd. One of his minions, most likely, but not the devil himself." But with that, she will push open the doors to the church. Here, I don't know. Is she blocking your view in, Jeremy?
No, doesn't look like it.
Okay. I just can't. Yeah, there we go. We can see. Okay. So, as the doors are open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading into a brightly lit chapel. The hall itself is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
That didn't sound right.
Gina is going to agree with you and say that she's not quite sure as to what made that sound.
Let's get inside and set down the good old Burgomaster. That way we can
Yeah. Yeah.
not be
Yeah.
carrying it anymore.
Yeah.
So Pan, I'm gonna move you inside. You four, or five, I should say. I will
Right
put
behind
you.
him.
Yep, I will put you right behind them. And then it's up to you. Are you guys closing the doors behind you, or are you leaving them open? What are you doing?
William, shut the door, please.
I'll shut
The
the
one,
door.
shut the door.
Okay. I will close them up. I will say, for the sake of argument, that you guys set down the. Are you guys setting down the Burgomaster right here? That's what I'm assuming you're
No.
doing, but I should ask you what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna suggest we take him into the big room.
Well, we just heard a scream. Let's set it down here until we know what's going on. Then we can bring it in.
Yeah, but I don't want to trip over a casket if we need to leave quickly.
So don't run backwards. I'm setting the casket down. Whether the other four
I'm
three are
gonna
doing
look
with
at
me.
Irina and Irina. However you pronounce her name, and say, where do you want him?
She is going to say that you can set him down for now, as she needs to go and speak with Donovich about finding a proper burial ground for him.
Then in that case, yeah, you heard the lady. Put him down.
But she leaves that up to you guys. So,
Put it down.
all right,
Yeah.
put him down. Got it. So he is right there in the hallway. Pan, as you begin to move forward, the chapel that you are entering into is in shambles, with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles are mounted in candlesticks, and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower.
This place has got enough lights to light the whole place up. This is the best place we've been in so far.
So yeah, give me 1 second. I will put this character.
If Irina's going to move forward after we set the bodies down, I'm gonna follow behind her.
Yeah. So Eden is going to step. Well, I'll move her right there. You guys can move to where you want to move. I'm going to put him right there, and we'll make him visible. So that is the priest that you guys see as you walk in, and he is kneeling in prayer.
Give him some darker skin and some wrinkles, and he'd look like Eric.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Phillian, were you going all the way into the chapel?
Right there.
Okay. So as you guys move, I'm gonna move Eastmark up a little bit. As you guys come into the chapel and are approaching the area where the priest is at, for beneath the chapel floor, you will hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I am starving."
So one of your
Variables
altar
again?
boys?
Hey, we don't kink shame in this group, remember?
I
Well,
didn't kink shame.
That might be a little bit of shaming on that one. I won't
I
hate on
grew
shaming that
up
one.
in the Catholic faith as an altar boy. Those fuckers are fair game.
Hey! Now,
Same.
wait a minute. I didn't insinuate anything other than he was an altar boy that was hungry. That was it.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Padre, what's up with the screaming coming from? We could tell
Yeah, I
where it
mean,
was coming from, right?
he did
Underneath
say,
us.
"Father, I'm hungry." I mean,
Um, as you guys say that, Elena will also approach, um, and she'll reiterate the same thing that Harper said, except for without the Padre part in it, and she'll address him by his name of Donovich, and ask him, um, whose voice was that she just heard. Um, and Donovich, when he speaks, and I'm not going to do it because I can't fuck my throat up for my work, but he speaks very hoarse, like a very hoarse, raspy voice, kind of weak. Um, when he speaks, you kind of get the impression that he might be a little, if you catch my drift, as he talks.
touch
Um,
on the spectrum.
Sparkly.
no, like the other way, kind of thing. But he explains to you, um, that a little, or actually, he's going to explain to Udrina, so anybody who's listening would hear this. He explains that some time ago, his son Doru and several other villagers thought that they could storm Castle Ravenloft, revolting against the Devil Strahd. Um, he says that they were lured up there by a wizard in black robes, um, who had come from a faraway land. Uh,
Pan takes a look at his black robes.
America? Were they from America?
he explains that everybody who went on this revolt, is believed to have died. Um, and Donovich, in a crying, kind of weak sob, explains that he believes that even of his son, who returned to him as a, um, vampire spawn, um, after his trip to Ravenloft, and that he was able to trap his son underneath the church, in the church's undercroft, um, and that's where he keeps Doru to this day.
So you're telling me there's a vampire downstairs? As I step forward.
Hold on. Sorry, my dog has learned this new thing where she wants attention. She's like, "Ooh, ooh." You
Oh,
guys
nice
can't hear it.
freedom.
It's super cute, but it's like she does it all the time.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry. What was your question, Kresk? I apologize.
I'm gonna step forward and say, so you're telling me there's a vampire downstairs?
Um, he's going to tell you that what is downstairs is no longer his son, and that it is a spawn of the Devil of Strahd, or the Devil Strahd.
So,
And that
are you looking for his redemption, or are you waiting for somebody to send him on his way?
So Donovich, he relays to you that he prays, um, day and night, day in, day out kind of thing, hoping that the gods will give him a way to save Doru without destroying him.
I can tell you that there's a way.
He kind of perks up.
And I'll kind of give him a grin and say, I've been through that hell. There is a path. Can I speak with your son?
He
Yeah. No.
as you guys are speaking, and as you ask that question, you will hear Doru call out again from the undercroft of, Father, I'm starving, and you're constantly. I realize I don't have my sound up, even though I paid for that damn thing, and I totally forgot about it. You guys have got to remind me to pull this up for you. I bet you money there's a soundboard on this right now. But yes, you will constantly hear him crying out the entire time that you guys are there right now. Just, I'm starving, Father, help, that kind of thing. And he's gonna tell you that if you wish to speak with him and only speak with him, then yes, you can meet Doru.
What's Harper will speak up from the back. What's his current condition before we walk down there? Is he restrained currently, or do we have to worry about him jumping at us as soon as we open the door?
So he's going to tell you that he imprisoned Doru in the Undercroft a year ago, and that's where he's remained, and he has not fed since then.
But did you tie him up, or did you just lock him in there?
He just kind of shakes his head at you. Says,
Can I make a perception check to hear if I can hear like something moving around down there?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Uh,
15.
You can, amongst the screams, it sounds like one moment the scream's over here, and the next moment the scream might be in a different area of the floor.
He's not tied up, guys. I can hear him moving. But if we're gonna do it, let's do it. While we're doing it, Irina, make arrangements.
Harper, you just hold on. He's one of mine.
It's your show, but I'm not gonna leave you alone. It's a vampire man.
So I am going to pause for just a second because we are at 7:59. Are we going to 8:15 tonight, or are we ending at 8 o'clock?
I mean, if this is going to take a while, then I'd say
pause before we get into something.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and pause right there since we're right at 8 o'clock. That'll be a good chance because, Krusk, you did ask me a question that I have to look into for a second.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and pause there.
Okay.
But yes, I will leave you with the last thing of Harper. Again, you reiterated to the party that you believe he is moving around down there, as you can hear the screams in one portion of the floor and then in another portion of the floor.
with that information, it's your show, Krusk, but I'm not letting you go down there alone. Do with that what you will.
And it's officially 8 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and stop right there. That's perfect. I feel like we got a whole lot of movement going on today. We had the
Yeah.
interaction with Ismark. We met Irina. We went to the Burgomaster's house, and we are finally at the church meeting with the priest Donovich regarding his son Doru and the possible burial of the Burgomaster. So yeah, we're going to leave it there until next week. Thanks for everybody joining us. We will be here same time between 6 and 6:15 next week. Hopefully I won't have traffic coming home. But yeah, with that, I bid everybody adieu.